this is not financial advice. You already know what time it is, baby. Let me know if this mic is working, baby. Let me know if this mic is working. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know if this mic is working. I see Texas is in the building, baby. Let me know if this mic is working. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know in the comments, baby. Let me know in the comments. I want to know. I want to see it. Discord family. Jay Appleseed, I see you, big dog. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know in the comments if this is working. Somebody said it's stuttering. It's stuttering. Let's try again. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Better or no? Let me know. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Somebody said it sounded like I got auto tune on. I got a little T-Pain in the background. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Is it any better now? I don't know why this happens. Is it better now? I just try to. It's working. It's working. It's better. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. We live, baby. We live. We live. Let me tell you something, baby. Every single day that I get on here with y'all, I just want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all. Why? Because some days, you know what? We all not feeling on our top game. But some days, you need each other to lean on. And I got you to lean on. I know a lot of you come to my videos to get the energy from me, but I want you to know that it's coming from you. It's really coming from within you. That's where I get the energy from, baby. So, without further ado, this is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. So don't invest in companies you don't believe in and don't understand, because if they dip, you're not going to buy the dip, and then you're going to sell low and be right back here crying to me, and I'm not having that. And everybody in the chat, they not having that. So if you can't do the heat of these hot stocks, then stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in the index funds. Hit that like button, show your boy some love. Hit that notification bell, stay tuned. Ric Flair, baby. Woo! Let's get straight to the point. Subscribe to the channel. And the first banger on the list is the one, the only AMC Entertainment. But just know, family, I jam-packed this live stream with bangers, so I hope you bought your oven mitts for this one, baby. I hope you bought your oven mitts. But the first banger on the list is AMC Entertainment. And let's talk about it, baby. Take a look at this. Currently, the stock market in the pre-market is coming down. It's coming down, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just know, baby, I see we got some tears in the chat already. I want y'all to know, with everything that I have inside of my heart, I love you to death. I want you to know that. I tell you at the end of every video, I love y'all, and I mean that. And I pat my chest right here every single time because it's coming from the heart, baby. I see Windsor is in the building. I see Jacksonville, Florida is in the building. Shout out to everybody who's in the Discord specifically. Why? Because notice, the pre-market, we got a little bit of a correction. We got a little bit of a crash. And you already know what time it is, baby. That's what we looking for. That's what we looking for. That's what we looking for. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let's start right now. If you're just getting in the building, let us know where you from, baby. I see Philly in the building. Citadel trying to shut Keenan mic off. Yeah, what's going on with that? What's up, family? What's up? Let me tell you something. This mic is a really good mic. This is probably the most top tier mic. One of the top tier mics. So Chi-Town is in the building. Chi-Town is in the building. Maybe it just don't work well with the Mac. Texas is in the building. I see you. Let me know where you from in the comments, baby. Discord fam is in here. I see somebody said Port Arizona is in the building. Am I saying it? Oh, let's get it, baby. Jacksonville, let's get it. We got West Palm Beach is in the building. Compton is in the building. Brooklyn is in the building. I think Compton, that might be a new one. Houston, Texas, San Jose is in the building. We got Chicago. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody said, when to grab Apple? The answer is yes, baby. The answer is yes, baby. When to grab Apple, good. Squad God, shout out to you, big dog. Just know, I got a list, and let me write that one down for you, baby. Appreciate you for that. Appreciate you for that. We're going to cover Apple. We're going to cover Apple. That's a huge one. I don't want to forget that. Shout out to you, big dog. Much love. Hollywood, Florida. Discord family is in the building. Discord family is in the building. Discord family, we got a lot to talk about, baby. All right. So shout out to everybody that's in the building. Knoxville, Texas, or Knoxville is in the building. I see Texas is in the building. I see Ohio, Idaho is in the building. I see Tears in the chat is in the building. Louisiana. We got Indianapolis. I think that's a new one, baby. Angola. Shout out to Angola. I think that's a new one. If I'm saying that right, England is in the building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Chicago. Oh, yeah. We here, baby. Ric Flair. Jonathan, let's go. Woo! I got you, big dog. I got you. Just know. Just know. Tijuana. Tijuana. That's a new one in the building. I see you. Shout out to what? North Carolina, I see you. We here. Bay Area, Memphis, Baltimore, Discord family. I see you. Michigan. Oh yeah, we loading up on the family. Oh yeah, Jamaica is in the building. Detroit, shout out to Detroit. DR, the Dominican Republic is in the building. G, shout out for the super chat sticker, big dog. I appreciate you. I know y'all don't have to do it, but you choose to do it out of love, and I appreciate y'all. Just know, shout out to Ghana is in the building. Connecticut is in the building. I see you, Patch. Let's get it. We got Brooklyn. We got Memphis, Tennessee. I see Ghana again. I see Romania. Oh, yeah, baby. Ric Flair. Woo! Let's get it. Let's get it and let's go. Michigan. All right, baby. Now, let's talk about it. If you just rolling in again, let us know where you from in the comments, baby. So, that's how we check in. This is a roll call. This is a head count. But now, I want to talk about a few things. So, notice this, family. Let's look at, we looked at AMC for the first time. Notice it's $34 and it's coming down in the pre-market. Now, I want you to take a look at Charge Point. Discord family, you already know what time it is. We got into a charge point option, right? Not too long ago. Now, I'm going to put this up. You already know your boy on the Mac. I'm on the Mac breaking the hedge fund back. But here we go. I'm going to share this to the computer. So we can see this together. You already know what time it is. You already know how we getting down, how we do. All right. Let me airdrop this because you know your boy about to do the airdrop play. We on the Mac. Bang. Bang. Here we go. Oh, I didn't send it to the right thing. Here we go. Bam. You love hearing that noise. Bang. Here we go. Let's open them up right now, baby. Shout out to, and let me share the screen so y'all can see the screen even. Shout out to the people who are in the comments. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole family. All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for OBS Studio. Here we go. Just know, we in the building. Desktop. Here we go. Let's share the screen with the fam. Bam. Share the screen with the fam. All right, family, take a look at this because we got a few things to talk about, baby. And I want to give a major salute to you for getting up at this time in the morning and thinking about your financial future. Let's talk about it. Let's get it. And I want to let you know I'm proud of you for that. Because there's a lot of people up right now, and no disrespect, you know, you gotta set time aside to do silly stuff, but it's a lot of people right now who aren't doing what you're doing, who aren't thinking about investing right now, you know what I'm saying? But you're trying to get that generational wealth like we always talk about. That's what it's all about, baby, building that generational wealth. And thinking of generational wealth, I want you to think about this. Just imagine that your great-grandmother, your grandfather, all of these people in the past, if they would have loaded up on some stock, and this is no disrespect to them because they may not have had the knowledge because they didn't have the access to information like we have. But now that we have the access to information, we know that it's time to load up on some long-term stock. Shout out to Tiffany for joining the family. Now, we know it's time to load up on some long-term stocks, baby, and then hold them so our generations could have the choices in the future that they need. Now, there's nothing against working at McDonald's and Burger King and so on and so forth, but you don't want them to have to work there. You want to set them up so much that they could choose to work there if they want, but if they don't, then they won't. You want to give them the choice, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now, let's take a look at a few things. Let's go back. Let's go over here and let's check out some things. So I want you to see this. So shout out to the Discord family. So you already know, family, we started running a charge point put option and it ran up like 5% or so, right? It ran up a little bit. But what I want you to know is this. Whenever you get into the market, you got to think. You're trying to find trends and you never want to get married in diamond-handed option. Make sure you're paying attention to this. So I want to show you a few things. And make sure that you really up on what I'm talking about. So here we go. Let me share this one too. Let me share this one as well. I'm surprised I didn't share this. All right. So, it's on my other phone. Here we go. So let me grab this one. And then, is it on this phone? No. Man, your boy getting confused, baby. Your boy getting a little confused. Where did I put this? I'm not even sure. I know I put it on the Discord. I'm sure I put it on the Discord. So let me show. If you're in the Discord and you're trying to get into the Discord actually too, just know I'll get you in, but your boy gonna need a second to get you in. Why? Because I'm on live, baby. I'm on live. Just know that. I'm on live. So I want to show you something here. Let me show you this. And I'm going to airdrop it to the screen. Let's get into a little bit of technical analysis. Right here, right now. Okay. Take a look at this. This is what is called a double top. So notice, family, this red line right here, this is the resistance line. So when you see a stock come up and then it hits a point and then it drops down, this shows you that there's a lot of selling happening at this red line, right? So when all of this selling happens, the stock comes down, a lot of selling. And then most people would think, okay, it's time to load up here on the bottom, right? But if you're in a continuous downtrend, then this means this thing is going to come up briefly, but then it's going to hit what is called a second peak and retest that resistance line. So then, and notice this is the double top. This is an example. So then when it hits that second peak, if you were buying put options, aka the stock is going to come down and you're willing to bet that the stock is going to go down, you now have a perfect technical setup for a double peak, right? Which is, like my boy Trey would say, the George W, but it's upside down. Notice this is the upside down W, aka it's an M, right? It's a double peak, like the letter M. So then this is telling you that the stock is gonna bow. It's more than likely gonna come all the way down here, right? So the reason I want to show you this is because I want you to see the side by side. I want you to see the side by side, and this is major for the Discord family, so you can see how we getting down. Because I tell you every time, I want to teach you how to fish. Your boy want to teach you how to fish. Oh no, I gotta take a screenshot of that. Your boy want to teach you how to fish. So then, when you go to do your own call options or your own put options, you know how to fish rather than me just giving you a fish. That's more important. You know how to fish rather than me just giving you a fish. But I want you to understand this. Anybody who's ever played any kind of card games or anything like that, notice, when you have the best hand in the game, you got literally the best hand possible in the card game, you could win. But you don't always win because it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, right? So what I want you to see is how that happens in technical analysis. So notice, when you have a good hand, you got a high chance of winning, but it doesn't guarantee a win, but you win more likely than not. So take a look at this. We just talked about the double top example, and then this sends you on a downtrend. So imagine if you pick up a put option, betting the stock is gonna go down, and then boom, it takes you all the way down like this. And again, this is why I like getting on here live with y'all, because I could teach you how to fish and I could keep it real and keep it raw, so then you can learn how to work and how to maneuver in the market, whether it's up or down. Shout out to the Discord family. We making money on the way up and the way down. But here we go. Notice, it hit a resistance. The first peak, they call it. It comes down, hits the resistance again, the second peak, right? So then it comes down like this red line. Let's take a look at charge point. Notice that this is the double peak setup again. This is our double peak setup again for a quick get in, get out, get some money, and then get up out of that. So take a look at this. You got your double top, right? Top one, it comes down. Top two, this is our put entry point. So what we did is we set, shout out to Connecticut in the building. What we did is we set a limit order, right? Basically so we could get into a put option here. And then you just wait and you let it execute at the second top. And then it comes down. But notice, family, and I've been telling you this time and time again, what I want you to, let me get this out of the screen so you could have a cleaner view. Notice that this right here, this dark space, this is when the market is open. And this gray space, this is when the market is closed. This is the aftermarket. And you can't sell options in the aftermarket. So take a look at what happened here. In the aftermarket, we got a bit of a run. This is this purple line. And Discord family, this is particularly for you. Sakini, you looking sharp. Appreciate you, big dog. This is particularly for you. So now, take a look at this. When you run up in the aftermarket, and then we broke past that resistance, this red resistance, and then you basically kind of trapped in the play. But I always tell you, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Say it with me again, baby. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. How do you prepare for something that you basically know can happen but might not happen? You buy a put option that's in the money. So Mike, that's exactly why. Mike, I just answered your question. You buy a put option in this case that's in the money. Now, when you buy a put option that's in the money, so for example, he said why 25? Because if you bought a 22, this thing would be almost down 50%. But if you buy a 25 and something happens to you outside of market hours, it insulates you from all of the volatility. So when you see when the market opens and you look at your call option or your put option, whatever, right? It's not going to be way out of the money. it might be a little bit out of the money. So you got to know how to, like G just said, you got to know proper preparation prevents poor performance. You got to know, and you got to be able to anticipate. This is how I was telling you, you got to win more than you lose, but it comes through basically knowing what you're looking at and then being prepared for things that are unforeseen. Like, for example, an out of control aftermarket little spike. That's what I'm talking about. This is why people join the Discord and get in with us so they can learn this type of knowledge. This is what it's all about. So that's why it's the 25 strike, because if we bought the 22 strike, we'd be down like 50, 55%, 60%. But with the 25 strike, we still have some inherent value in the play. That's what's going on, baby. Shout out to Cortez, Columbus, GA in the building. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it and let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I see you. I see you, family. I see you, big dog. Let's get it. And let me fix this screen too so I can see the super chats or any of the regular chats, any of that. I can't see it. Here we go. All right, I fixed the screen. Discord family is in the building. Discord family is in the building. Let's get it. All right, so now that you see that, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. So now let's take a look though. Look at this. Notice that little pre-market run, this could have been large institutions loading up. Bow. Somebody, Dario, he said, my boy teaching us how to fish. You already know what time it is, baby. You already know what time it is, because it's like this. I want to win, but I don't want to win alone. Somebody said, you bullish on ChargePoint? Yeah, I'm bullish on ChargePoint. ChargePoint is a long-term banger. ChargePoint is a long-term banger. Oh, Discord family, take a look. ChargePoint is tanking. It's tanking. And guess what? We're in a put. We're in a put. We're in a put. So that's good. That's an excellent sign. That's an excellent sign. Let's see if it went up at all. But notice, since the market is being choppy, we interested in pivoting, perhaps, because you don't want to gamble. You don't want to gamble. We had the double top set up. Now that you see what I'm talking about, right? When I teach you how to fish, you now can see that we basically say, okay, you know what I'm talking about when I'm referring to these terms. I want to just salute y'all on that and make sure that you know what time it is. Because again, like my boy Dario said, teach you how to fish. That's what it's all about. Teach you how to fish, make money together. Teach you how to fish, make money together. That's what it's all about. ChargePoint came just under this point right here. It came just under this point right here. But it might find support on this line. It might find support on this line. So now, let's get this money, baby. Let's get this money, baby. So Discord family, what I want you to know now is you could stay in this play if you so choose. However, since it's above the support, it's better to get out of it. It's better to get out of it because now it's just a gamble. Now it's just a gamble. Before, it wasn't a gamble. Now it is a gamble. AKA, it could still go down. It could still go down, but it's going to fight with this previous resistance, which is now going to be support. It's now going to be support. So you want to roll out. You want to roll out of this. Now, I ain't going to tell you when to sell, but I just want you to know this is how it works. This is how it works. You want to roll out. So, your boy, KG, rolled out. Rolled out. That's how we getting down, baby. That's how we getting down. Let's get this money. Let's get this money. And let's see what the good old AMC is doing right now real quick. Notice that AMC, look at that. Bow, look at that candle. Look at that. Look at all of this buying pressure in this first little bit. Look at all this buying pressure. Whoa. Take a look at that. Somebody said turn off share lending on Webull. If you want a real shot at this, all caps. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. AMC, look at that. Look at that. Whoa. This is a shot from 35 all the way to 36.48. That's a run. She's a runner. She's a runner, baby. She's a runner. All right, yeah. So now, when you see this going on, take a look, family. When you see this, it's looking like it's time to basically, it's looking like we transitioning to another season. It's looking like we transitioning to another season. Remember, seasons are cyclical, AKA they come back, they go, they come, they go, just like the stock market. There's ups and there's downs. So when you see basically your chance, we just had our chance right here to get out at 23.60. And then, boom, now we want to look for it to come back and test the support line again so that we could get long calls on it. Jamal, that's what I'm talking about. Let's roll. Let's roll. At this point, if you're in the Discord family, you basically should be out of that. You basically should have got out of that when we just got out of that when I was just talking about it just now. All right. So then, boom. If we would have loaded up on a worse call or a worse put and this thing would have happened, this thing would have been taken off to the moon. You would have been down 80%. That's right. AMC, though, she's a runner. She's a track star. Look at that. Look at that. Shout out to AMC. Shout out to AMC, the big dog, the beast, the monster. All right, another thing I want to talk to the family about too was something that I talked about yesterday very briefly, but we'll talk about it again today. So take a look at this. So we had this dude basically come back at us. You remember him, what's his name? Peter Hahn, right? You see this? Let me make this a larger photo for you to see it. Boom, your boy Peter Hahn. Who is Peter Hahn? He's the guy who was telling us, he's a CFA who was telling us that the short sellers, blah, 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 they got off the threshold list, blah, 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 all of this. Somebody, right, not financial advice, though. Not financial advice, though. Right? So take a look at this. Peter Hahn, he got this. He's telling us that the current whisper number for the off exchange is around $5,000. What I want you to think of is this. Nobody is paying this, period. Nobody is paying this price, $5,000 just to pick up one stock. But word in his space, according to what he's saying right here, is basically that it could be the case that the large investors, they know what would happen if they stop manipulating the stock. They stop manipulating the stock. That's what I want you to remember. But he's saying that he's surprised that the whisper number isn't $10,000. Now, again, I don't want you to get married to these numbers at all. At all. Somebody said this. Thrill Seeker, he said ChargePoint didn't drop my Robinhood during that candle. The only reason I bought is so I didn't use up my Webull trades. Fresh in the kitchen. So it should drop to that. They are generally the same. Somebody said, let's go AMC, oven mitt check, let's get it. All right, but again, don't get married to these numbers, because one thing that I want you to think of always is whenever these kind of dudes come out and they tell you all of this stuff, notice how when I give you any kind of information or any kind of basically breakdowns or anything, I always show you right here on the side of the screen. Exactly, I show you the facts. I show you the facts on it. But notice that they'll talk about this kind of stuff, but then they won't show you none of the facts, right? So then you wonder, where are you getting this $5,000 number from? Where are you getting this $10,000 number from? What do you have that you are not willing to show us, right? What do you have that taught you this or gave you this information that it might be 5,000 or it might be 10,000 that you're not willing to show us? You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, Keenan, are you wearing slacks or are you wearing shorts? Hey, man, the world may never know. The world may never know. Let's go. Let's get it. But let's check again just real quick on AMC. Here we go. So AMC is $35. It's currently fighting. to stay at the 36. It's fighting to stay at the 36. You see that? And ChargePoint is now going up to 24.41. 24.41. Somebody said, Keenan, good morning, brother. Diamond Hands, 8 from Connecticut. Shout out to my guy Poppy on here. Let's get it, baby. And somebody said, look at Clove. Somebody said we need some more tears in the chat. Speak on the lawsuit with West Christian. Somebody said, Keenan, gotta get them Levi's. Yeah, y'all funny. Right, you said Keenan don't answer with the shorts. That's funny. Let's get those hedge fund tears in the chat. Somebody said, volume of AMC in less than 5 minutes. Wait, what's that, 200,000 or 200 million? Let's take a look at what you're talking about on the volume. Okay, so the first candle on the 5-minute chart, family, that's what, 600,000 on the volume. And then over here, we basically got 200,000. So we're approaching basically 1 million in volume on the day already. Shout out to AMC. And it could do way better. One of the signs of a gamma squeeze or even a short squeeze or anything like that in this case is the volume is way up, baby. Way up. Keenan said, that's funny. Y'all so funny. Right, we got the tears in the chat. Look, it's working. Let's talk about it. Somebody said, Keenan, do you got on pants in the chat? I mean, pants. No, who knows, man? You never know. You never know. All you can do is assume. All you can do is just guess and just take a shot. We had 1 million already? We had 1 million in volume? Nope. Somebody said, yeah, I'm bugging. All right, thanks. So, look at that. 5 million. Whoa, you're right. I was still on the ChargePoint chart. Look, 5 million in volume. And then we got 3 million in volume on AMC. And then now it's running. It's running. The volume was way up in the beginning. 5 million on the first all-out candle. Look at that. Somebody said Keenan got on naked shorts. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. You would never know, man. That's crazy. Somebody said I shall not confirm nor deny. Somebody said you see the George W? Let's take a look. Let's back out. Let's back out. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. On the hour chart, bang, bang. And it's just like I was telling you. It's the exact opposite of the double top. It's the exact opposite of the double top. What does that mean? A double top shows you that you have a high likelihood, the cards is in your favor, that it's going to go down on the double top. Now, the double bottom, bang, bang. This shows you that we have a chance to run up. Now, we really got there when we get past this resistance. We get past this resistance of, and it's at 40. It's at 40. Somebody said, I'm the new king. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, I'm King K. Let's get it, baby. I'm with it. I'm with it. Dominican Republic in the house. I see you, baby. Somebody said, I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down. We holding. But look, family, we really got to that W, right? If we break out of this resistance, which would be 40, and that would be great to see. At this point, the next resistance line is at like 38, 37. It's right there at 38, 37. But what we really want to see for a breakout is it get past 39. Technically, if it breaks over 40, we could run to 45. If it breaks over 40, we could literally run to 45, like immediately. And if it breaks out to like 50, no, maybe if it breaks out to like 60, then we'll start seeing $5 jumps. $5 jumps. Let's talk about it. My guy Chris, shout out to you, big dog. He said, do you think AMC is a short term or long term? And if short term, explain, please and thank you. All right, Chris. So take a look. What I want you to think about is this. AMC at this current point in time is a swing trade. It's a swing trade, right? The short squeeze, and when you're playing it for a short squeeze, this is a swing trade. What does that mean? This means that you get in low, it runs, and then after the squeeze or whatever happens, remember, nothing is set in stone, especially with this stock, which is among the top two most in manipulated stocks on the whole stock market, right? So what I want you to think of is this. This is a swing trade. Let's say that it squeezed all the way up, like everybody's saying, to 10,000, 5,000, whatever. Let's say it squeezed to whatever it's going to squeeze to, right? Then you get out, and then since it helped you out, a lot of the apes are saying, look, after the squeeze is said and done, and AMC comes right back down to a reasonable price, then people are willing to put some of that earnings that they made on the squeeze back into the company just to show gratitude for what it meant to them at that point in life. And that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because imagine that the squeeze did happen, and then, for example, let's say you became a 100,000-aire, or you became a millionaire or something like that, right? Or a multi-millionaire on AMC. Then this would mean something to you internally, so then most people would say, you know what? I want to invest into this company. I want this company to basically run and work. So then that's how it's playing it. You swing, and then once it runs up, you let it do what it do, and then when it comes all the way back down, many investors are trying to get back in and have a position in there long term after the squeeze, after the squeeze. Somebody said, thank you for making us rich. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Somebody said Baton Rouge is in the house. So somebody said something about a GoFundMe. So I heard about that GoFundMe, right? I heard about that GoFundMe, and I didn't get involved in it. The lawyer and GoFundMe scam or no. So, all right, Rob, my guy Rob said this. So, Rob, shout out to you, big dog. And just know, it could be, I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough. The first time I heard about, what is it, Ape Fest? The first time I heard about Ape Fest was on a live stream, and somebody in the comments like, yo, Keenan, you going to Ape Fest? And I was like, I never heard about it. Send me a link. Show me what you're talking about, right? So then, literally, I never really looked into it other than that. Somebody said, Keenan's such a cool dude. Appreciate you. Just know that. Somebody said this look like a W. Yeah, this is a W. It's called a double bottom. It's the exact opposite of a double top. But remember, In the stock market, when your hand is set up to win, it's just like when you're playing cards. You could have a good hand and you might win, but it doesn't necessarily 100% guarantee it. So we just want to be prepared, not surprised. But again, like I was saying, with this, if that's a scam to GoFundMe, I don't know if it's a scam. I have no idea if that's a scam. I didn't look into it myself. I didn't put no money in it. Nothing. And look at this, family. They're saying that we got another break. Let's go. Somebody said GME is the real play. That is a real play. Somebody said 36. All right, look, we at a day high. We're at the day high. 36.75. Let's go. Somebody, Rob, you say you donated $300. Just make sure you're doing your research, baby. Somebody, Mark said this, Garcia. He said, Keenan, can you make a video on how to do puts and calls for beginners? So, all right, a call option, generally, when we talking about buying, not selling, keeping it simple. If you buy a call, you betting the stock is going to go up. If you buy a put, you betting the stock is going to go down. One thing that people always talk about, right? They always talk about this, and they can never ever really take themselves seriously. I always tell you, make sure that you are on multiple brokers. Right? Because I want you to see this. Let's say that you were to run an option on like Apple, for example, right? Let's say you were to run an option on Apple, hypothetically speaking, right? Robinhood has some of the best user-friendly, and we already know how everybody feel about Robinhood, but Robinhood has some of the best, most user-friendly just things for doing options at all, in general. It's crazy user-friendly. That's what their benefit is. If Robinhood has any benefit, it's their user interface is more user-friendly than anything else. Now, Robinhood might stop you from trading, right? That's not good. So you might want to have a Fidelity account. What if Fidelity and Robinhood are routing your orders to the dark pool? You might want to have all kind of different accounts so that you can make it happen and not just be stuck in one. You don't want to just be stuck in one ever. Even before we found out about Citadel Connect, right? Even before we found out about dark pools at all, even before any of this, what I'm telling you is this. It's basically, and shout out to y'all in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all for comments. So what I want you to think of is this. Even before all of this, we basically say that you want to have multiple brokers. When everybody tell you, oh, Robinhood, don't use it. Listen, you use many brokers. Not one of them is better than the other. They all have their pros and they all have their cons. You got to think of it just like that. So then when you find out that one of them has a new con, what you do is you say, all right, enough going heavy on this. Let's go, and boom, use more of this. You find out multiple of them are doing something, you already know what time it is. Let's look at Apple, right? And this is for my guy, Mark. Let's say that you wanted to buy a call. Look, this is a put. You buy a put. It tells you what your break even is probably going to be. It's not definite, but if you buy this put right now, if this thing hit 143, even by expiration, it just needs to go down 40.41% for you to break even. So this one is basically very likely that you're going to end up on top with it, right? It doesn't guarantee it, but it shows you your chance, basically how far the stock got to come down for you to break even. This is a simple user interface. Notice that the lower and lower the put option strike. The strike is this, the number, 146, 145, 144. Notice the lower the number, the higher the break even. So for example, this thing need to drop 0.4% to break even. This one needs to drop 0.6. This one, 0.8. You go all the way to the bottom, 0.97. So if you want to make money on this one is the highest risk, but it's the highest reward of what you can see, on the board. Now let's get it. Somebody said we had it to the moon. Look at that. Look at this candle, baby. Look at this candle. Let's get it. And let's go. My guy David, much love, big dog. Always showing love in the house. He said UPS man is in the building. Let's get it, David. Shout out to you, big dog. I appreciate you. Just know. Always showing love. Somebody said, I've learned so much from all your YouTube videos. That's right. I appreciate you. Just know. Somebody said Keenan West, the attorney, was on Matt Kohrs' channel, and they were talking about the GoFundMe. T Bridges 2019 or 2009, is it? Shout out to you. So I don't know about the GoFundMe. I know the lawyer is legit, but the GoFundMe, I have no idea anything about that. You know what time it is. That means it's time to do research. But before you invest in any GoFundMe or anything like that, you always got to make sure what's going on with that. Always make sure that you know, who is this person that I'm investing with? Can I believe that they're going to put the money there? They may not. You got to make sure that you know. Somebody said we go on a spaceship. Bay Area is in a building. I see you, baby. I see you. Mr. Cat, oven mitt check. Let me see if you got them on. Mr. Cat, you got them on, baby. I see you got them on. Let's get it. Let's get it. Somebody said overview volume is basically 2 million, while AMC is 14 million plus. Let's see it. So AMC, let's look. Let's look. Just in the first, let's look at the day. Yeah, AMC's volume today so far, look at that. It's at 16.6 million. 16.6 million. But remember, usually in the beginning, the volume is crazy. Usually in the beginning of the day, the volume is crazy. But if we keep running up like this, we're going to experience one of the greatest things to happen to a play that you are in early. That you are in early. And what is that called? You guys know about panic selling? Oh, baby, the exact and total opposite. The exact and total opposite. This is a blessing if you got in early. This is a blessing. What is it? It's panic buying. This type of behavior is marked by rapid increase in purchase volume. And look at what we're seeing here. Look at what we're seeing here. 16 million already. 17.3 million already. Already. It's been 22 minutes the market been open. 17 million already. Right? So the volume is up. The volume is way up. And then we got, it says typically cause the price of a security, aka a stock in this case, to run up, right? Panic buying reduces supply and creates demand, also known as the one, the only, FOMO buying, baby. FOMO buying. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to FOMO buying. All right, now, my guy, who the man, always showing love. Appreciate you, big dog. He said, take this and double it before I do something reckless. That's real, big dog. Appreciate you. Just know it. And Fifth Ave Phil, he said, can you consult with me about options? How can I book time? If you in the Discord, just send me a mention. Send me a mention at me, big dog. I appreciate you for the love. Appreciate you for the love. And we can talk about it there. We can chop it up. Discord family is in the building. Anthony Jackson, shout out to you. He said we must have time. We must have the same bloodline as Moses, Atlanta, Georgia. That's right, baby. That's right. Thank you for all you do. Listen, we family. Just know that. Anthony. Just know that. And my guy, Big Lawyer Debo, shout out to you, big dog. He's at top of the morning. ATL Truckers in the building. Shout out to you. He said penny stocks. Salute to you, big homie, for giving game. You know I got y'all. So in terms of being a penny stock, I have not been looking at penny stocks that much. However, there is one that I know dropped like crazy. RD, is it? Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Dropped like crazy. So look at this. They had basically, to my understanding, they had news that their something with the FDA didn't go right. I didn't read into it much, but let's see really quick. So Ardelyx sinks on regulatory setback as their positive pre-announcement. No. But yeah, something with the FDA, something with their testing, something with that. It didn't go right. I haven't checked up on it though. I haven't checked up on it till just right now, literally. Discord gang in the building. RC, I see you. Reg from Texas, shout out to you, baby. He said they canceled the GoFundMe, and Discord gang's in the building. Up like 12 o'clock. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. We up in here, baby. We up. Shout out to you. So they canceled the GoFundMe, apparently. They canceled it. So see, that's weird. That's looking funny in the light. That's weird. I'm not saying that it's a scam, but I want you to know that that's weird. That's definitely weird. And then the light gaming, he said, let's go. 5 P's in the building. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's what I'm talking about. So somebody said this, my guy Brian, he said the FDA found a deficiency in the testing of what they were doing. So that's not a good sign. That's how you get these giant red drops like this from about 7 all the way. Look at that to like 1. That's huge. That's crazy. That's a crazy drop. That's literally the exact total opposite of what we're trying to see here. So now take a look at this. Look at that. Bow. Come on, AMC. Come on, AMC. Like we were talking about the other day, how we have basically a hyperbolic arc, right? Shout out to the people that saw that. Zoomed out. When in doubt, you zoom out, and you'll see things too, just like that. When in doubt, you take a look, you take a step back, and you take a look. So now, what I want you to think of is this, and let's take it back to something else, right? So let's talk. Let's talk. Because the reason that I want you to pay attention to this is because really, it's about generational wealth. Generational wealth. And what does that mean? Right? We all have an idea of what it means, but what's really important is that you are really able to pass down what you have, so that then the people who believe in you and trust in you and need you have a lot more than you may have ever had or even had the chance to have. Look at this. You got 3 generations right here. Notice how it starts. It's like a snowball almost. This is granddad apparently writing this. And notice he has some, but he didn't let it all go. And then hyperbolic, I thought I said parabolic. So here we go. So we got this. Take a look. He has some, but he has more. And then down the line, even he has even more. Now, you can still teach your children the way to land and how to value money, but you want to give them the chance. You want to give them the chance to be able to make decisions as to what is best for them in their lives, rather than having to struggle the same way that you did. That's what's important. That's what's important. You don't want them to have to live the life that you may have had to live. That's why we do what we do. That's exactly why. This is why people are trying to load up on all kind of bangers and try to just make it happen. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody said shout out to the zombie apes. Yes, shout out to the zombie apes that got back into play. Shout out to the zombie apes. Be busy. He said peace and love, KG, from the west side, Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to you, big dog. Point. I got you, family. I got you. Just know it's love. It's always love. It's always love, and it's always going to be love. Just know that. Always know that. Let me click this real quick, see what's going on with it. Here we go. Here we go. And shout out to the family. Shout out to the family. We in here. Now, let's check this out. Let's go back to the AMC charts. And let's see what's going on with it. Let's see what's going on with it. Somebody said, Keenan spitting facts. Appreciate you, big dog. That's right. That's right. Because sometimes, right, somebody said, this is for my family. Listen, sometimes people just do things for themselves, but there's nothing like doing it for others. There's nothing like it. There's nothing in the world like it. Doing it together. Like, imagine this. Imagine that you had $10 billion, but you was the only person on earth. It wouldn't mean anything anymore. It's exactly like that. That's why I always say, I'll see you in the promised land. Not I'm going, right? I'll see you there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'll see you there. I don't want to just be there. I want you to be there too. I want you to be there too. And this is why, like, I know there's a lot of people on who doing like finance channels and this and that and the third. This is why I do it. This is why I do it, because I want to be in the promised land, not alone. I want to be there with you. I could do all the stock market stuff alone, but you know what? It's better to do it with people when you try to teach, because you know what? The information that you may learn from me or learn from whoever, you could then pass that on, and then somebody else could basically say, boom, they got it. So I was telling the family not too long ago, if you've been rocking with me on these live streams, you've seen, let me go to YouTube, you've seen me talk about something that Grant Cardone said that I was surprised to see him say. Somebody, all right, BB, shout out to you and for letting us know. Somebody said, I donated to that GoFundMe and I did get scammed. So we have someone who just told me, somebody in the family, somebody who just basically told me that they got scammed from the GoFundMe. Check the super chat. They just sent it and they just said that they got scammed on the GoFundMe. Somebody said, okay, I want to be there with you too. Just know. So you the man. I enjoy watching you more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what it's all about. And now, let me show you something real quick, right? Because I was surprised to hear Grant Cardone say this. And I'm not saying that he doesn't know what he's talking about, but I was surprised to hear him say it. So he had a video, and this I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I couldn't believe it. I was honestly disappointed. And he has this thing always where he's talking about 10x rules, right? 10x rules. And the 10x rules is great. It's nothing against that. It's nothing against the 10x rules. But what he said was, if you had $10 million if you had $10 million, let's do that right here. If you had $10 million, you basically could live for the rest of your life and never work again because you could just spend it. You could just spend it, right? Let's say that you want to do this. You want to spend $10 million, and let's say you want to do this for 40 years, right? At this rate, this means you could spend, what, $250,000 a year, right? Let's divide that by 12. So then you could have basically what? 20,000. Yeah, what is it? Am I doing this right? Yeah. So $20,833 a month. That's excellent. That's excellent. Right? That's excellent. That sounds good to me. Sounds really good to me. So apparently, let's call it 20,000. Let's just do the math on that. 20,000, and let's do it times 12. Let's keep the numbers really round. Boom, 240,000. And you want to do this for 40 years, right? You want to do this for 40 years. That sounds great. It's about the 10 million that he was talking about, right? It's about the 10 million he was talking about. But take a look at this. You could make this 10 million last you forever if you decide to live under your means. And remember how we were talking about generational wealth? Rather than this dude right here having $10 million and then basically just spend all 10 million of it in a 40-year span, and then his son has nothing and his grandson has nothing, what he could do instead of doing that is invest into something like a stock that gives 4% dividend. Like I was talking about this. If you rock with me, you already know. Like Old Realty. Old Realty has a dividend. Let's see if you saw it. You saw it right there. Look at this. It has a dividend basically of 4%. Dividend yield, 4% annual dividend, right? What if you invested it all into that? Let's not say that you are, but let's say that you did. And you invested basically all of that into Old Realty just to get a 4% dividend. That's not out of the realm of possibility, right? Take a look at this. You would basically get $400,000 a year. You would get $400,000 a year. Let's divide that by 12. And look at that. You got $33,000 a month before taxes. Instead of spending that $20,000 a month and just running through your principal, you would invest it. And then this $33,000 a month, this is the dividends. You didn't even touch your principal at all. So then you just live off of $400,000 a year. You just let that be your life. You just live off of $400,000 a year. And then when you have a kid, you pass that on and let them live off of it. And then guess what? Your family can do this for a long time. And I told you before, have you ever heard of, what was his name? Roosevelt? Right? Let me see if I can spell this. And they was calling him he was basically the trust buster. Right? Teddy Roosevelt. Right? They was calling him the trust buster. Why? Because oftentimes, look at this, Roosevelt and the trust. What he would do, these billionaires, instead of having 10 million family, instead of having 10 million, what they would do is they would have 10 billion or 100 billion. And then in this case, what they would do is they would do exactly what we just talked about. But instead of their family living off of $400,000 a year on a $10 million principal with 4% dividend, right? They would have 100 billion or 100 million or even more than that, family. Come on now. Let's say that you had something like this. Right? Let's see if I got my commas in the right spot. Like $1 billion. And you getting 4% on that a year. 4% on that a year. Look at this. That's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Let me just copy this to make sure that my commas are in the right spot. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So you got $1 billion making 4% on that a year. This is $40 million a year, and you never have to touch that $1 billion principal. Never, ever. You never have to touch it, right? So then let's imagine that you divide that by 12 before taxes, and let's see you have basically $33 million. No. Let me see. Let me copy this too. Divide that by 12, just to show you what you would have per month. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, the billionaires, the big dogs, they were doing this, and their family was just having 300, and imagine, this is just 1 billion. Some people had 200 billion, 100 billion, right? So then their family would have $3 million a month, family, a month. So then your boy, Teddy Roosevelt, he said no more of that, busted it up, trust buster, he busted all them trusts up, right? He wasn't having that. So then, all right, what I want you to think of is, look, when you have $10 million or $1 million, you got to make this thing work for you. You got to make this thing work. Somebody, my guy Jose says Shell, according to my guy Jose in the chat, he said Shell got a 13% dividend, right? So look, somebody said Newt has a 10% dividend. Sometimes you can find even better than that, You see what I'm saying? So when you see people tell you that if you got $10 million, you got $1 million, you're just gonna spend it and then run through it. No, you make it work for you so you never have to work again. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I get on here. So I could teach you the tools so that when you get rich or whatever happens, you don't end up like some of the people we heard, some of the people that we know. For example, my guy, Allen Iverson, shout out to him and no disrespect to him. Allen Iverson, he's known for getting all of this money and then apparently going broke. Now, he's broke compared to his peers. Michael Jordan, right? Shaq. He's not broke compared to us. He's broke compared to his peers, right? LeBron. This dude was a top NBA person, one of the most popular players of all time, right? So for him to go broke, or keep in mind, it's not broke compared to you and me. It's broke compared to his peers. So let's see. When he got to the NBA, I swear he had like a $90 million deal. Let's see. So he signed rookie. Well, let's see. Then signed scoring guard, $9 million. All right, he had a $9 million rookie contract, still better than $1 million. And I just showed you what you could do with 10, right? Forever, literally forever, right? And then let's see his contracts. Let's see what we can do, because over time, and eventually they said he's gonna get $800,000 a year for life. Shout out to him for that, because I told you he's broke not compared to us. He's broke compared to his peers. So all right. And Reebok set aside $32 million for him. Shout out to them. And he's going to get it in when he's 55 in the year 2030. AI got that 2030 vision, baby. Let's get it. I know he waiting for 2030. Let's get it. All right, look at this. It says Allen Iverson's NBA salary. They said that he earned $154 million, which if you account for inflation or just so, today is about $209 million. All right, so again, like I tell you, I'm trying to give you the tools, baby. So let's take a look at this. Let's go and let's use that number that we just got. $209 million, right? $209 million, and let's see, did I X out of that calculator? Maybe I did. Let's do the numbers. $209 million, and let's say that he got a moderate 4% dividend on that. Look at that. If he invested this before taxes, that would be $8.3 million a year. Just on the dividends on that, family. Just on the dividends on that. Imagine that he put this into something like Tesla, into something like Apple, into something like anything else other than just wasting through your money. So let's say that he wanted to buy, so this is $8 million a year. $8 million a year. Okay, let's say that he wanted to buy a $1 million thing every year. He could basically do that and still have all of this money left. You know what I'm saying? And never touch the principal. You got to be smart with your money and know what time it is. You got to know what time it is and know how to keep it. That's what I want you to do. I want you to be able to keep it when you get it. You got to be able to keep it. Right. Somebody said plus endorsements too. That's what I'm talking about. My guy said MC Hammer. That's right. Jose Hernandez said on $1 million, 13% is 130K. Somebody said, "Oh man, Allen." But again, that's what I'm telling you, man. When you get it, you got to keep it. So like, let's say that we go. That's right. We teach you how to be wealthy. Let's say that this thing squeezes and you really come up, right? You really come up. Then, if this thing was to squeeze, I want you to think right now, and I'm not saying that it's going to these numbers, but let's use our heads, right? Let's say that you have 100 shares of AMC. Who knows? Nobody knows what it's gonna go to on a squeeze, right? Somebody said Mike Tyson. Everybody else, somebody said you fell undressed. Look, you prepared, not surprised, baby. Just know that. So I want you to know this. Let's say that you had 100 shares of AMC, and let's use a few numbers. Let's say that every one of them went to 100K, just like everybody keeps saying, right? Everybody keeps saying 100K. Let's just use it. Let's just use it. Boom. Oh wait, 100,000, right? We ain't trying to use degree Celsius or Kelvin. So here we go. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Let's say you got 100 shares. Every one of them, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look. If every share you had 100 shares went to 100,000, bow. Guess what? You would have a $10 million. Now, I want to ask you, after everything that we just talked about, if this did happen, let's just say, if this did happen, would you be able to guarantee everybody who will ever have your last name, guess what? If you got into a dividend stock that's giving you 4%, and we're not talking about taxes, but we're just going to go over to just the gross income, you could guarantee them $400,000 a year on a 4% dividend. Which, and remember, when you get into these really, really high dividend stocks, you up your risk. So let's say you didn't want to have a high risk, but you wanted your family, everybody, whoever was going to have your last name, to basically have a cushion of $400,000 a year, which equates out, when you divide this by 12, to basically $33,000 a month. $33,000 a month. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Imagine you could guarantee that. And this doesn't even account for when the principal goes up. What if this thing went up a little bit, right? What if it went up some? What if it went up some? Instead of it being 10 million, it's now 10,500,000. Or 10,500,000, right? Then look at that. The number goes up. What if one day this 10 million became 11 million? Look, the numbers just go up. Did I do that? Did I mess that up? Let's see. I messed a 0. Here we go. Yeah, I added a 0 in by accident. Here we go. 44,000, right? What if the principal goes up? I want you to be able to, when you finally get real money, right? Let's use a realistic scenario. Let's do it, right? What is realistic to you? What number do you want to look at? You tell me. Somebody said invest into a home and live off dividends and pay bills and insurance only, right? Another thing too. Let's say that AMC, you got 100 shares, and let's say that you got 1,000 shares even. I don't know how many shares you have. I have 300 shares. Let's say that I have 300 shares, and then boom, don't forget taxes, 10 million. Yeah, that's $500,000. Right. When you got taxes, just imagine it's gonna cut in half, especially on a crazy run. Just imagine it's gonna cut in half. Just know that. But let's say I got 300 shares. Let's say that it's squeezed and then it goes to 3,000 on the peak. I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it won't. Let's just use this as an example. Let's say it went to 3,000. Boom. Look at this number. Look at this number. 1, 2, 3. $900,000, right? $900,000. Boom. That's a come up. Do we run and go blow through this, or do we make this ease our life? That's how we doing it, and that's how we getting down. You got to remember that, and you got to know that. So let me check these two. Bongo, appreciate you for joining the family, baby. Shout out to you. Much love. And much love, big dog. He said, yo, Keena, I appreciate you heavy, bro. Love all the way from Tongo. That's new to me, big dog. I appreciate you. Just know that. And he said, any idea on companies having 13 days to cover when they're on the TSL? So, again, I want you to think of this. When you think about the days to cover, this is kind of telling you like how long the squeeze can be, right? It's giving you that basically, that's basically the long and short of it. It's telling you how long a squeeze can be, but it's really telling you, for those of you who don't understand basically what he's talking about, take a look at this. I had this in another, I can scroll through these, let's go. Look, these new Mac features when they update them. So, a short squeeze, right? The short squeeze is what we're waiting for. People keep telling you about the fundamentals of the company. This is not a fundamental play. Nobody is playing this for the fundamentals. We're playing this for the squeeze. A short squeeze is a very short-term event. It could be a few days. It could be a week. It could be a little bit, right? It could be these different time frames. But short sellers are all rushing in to close their position. And when they rush in to close, how do you close? You close in green. To exit their position, they need to buy shares. And as they're buying more shares, guess what? More call options are running into money. And then guess what? When all of these call options are running into money, more people are loading up on call options. And then the big hedge funds and everybody else, the market makers, guess what they got to do? They got to hedge their bet and buy more shares. Now you got buying from the short squeeze, buying from the gamma squeeze, and then you got FOMO buying because Sally down the street, Tommy down the street, they basically say, oh, whoa, this is running up. I don't want to miss out. And they start going, boom, throwing money at it. So now you got all of these things rushing this thing up, and then bam, you got your short squeeze, which further exacerbates potential runway upside. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And BB. Oh, she said you read my super chat wrong. I was asking you, listen, I don't know anything about basically if that thing was a scam. It looks like a lot of people are saying that it's gone. And my guy Odyssey of actually this is a girl. Appreciate you. Odyssey of Natural Beauty, she said, you look at WBA, you got in at 48, and 2 weeks ago, it expires Friday, you got a call, and Theta has been killing you. All right, so let's look at WBA. Appreciate you for that. Let's look, WBA. So yeah, and look, again, when you're in any call, right? When you're in any call, so you say you got this when 2 weeks ago, yeah, this is hurting you. It's looking like it could come up to like 48 again, maybe, but it's a way up. It's a far way up. Just know that. What I personally would do, not financial advice, is I would roll out of that. One thing you got to remember when you get in call options or put options is don't get married to them. Don't get married to them. Don't get married to them, baby. Don't get married to them. You get in, you get out. You cut your losses quick, and then what else do you do after that? You put it into a winner. All right. So Keenan, how does Theta work? All right, Theta works like this. So let's go back to AMC, the one, the only, AMC Entertainment. Ticker symbol A. All right, we already on it. Bam. All right, family. Also, notice that if you didn't get out of the charge point put yet, it's giving you another chance. It's coming right back down. It's giving you another chance because it's going to come and relax on this support line. Remember, that's why people jump into Discord so they can learn how to move all the way out, basically through the market. They can move throughout the market. That's what it's all about. All right. So here we go. Shout out to the Discord family again. Much love on y'all. And take a look at this. So we got AMC right here. Boom. We ran up. On the high, we had 37.33. 37.33. I'm on the 30-minute chart. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. We got another runner. On the day, our support line so far, notice this is a weak support at 36. Weak support at 36. Very weak support. Why do I call it weak? Because there aren't many touches like on the day or anything like that. So it's a weak support. We got some. Oh, actually, it's actually not that weak. It's not that weak. So just 2 days ago, yesterday or so, on the 16th, we got 1 touch, 2 touch on the 36, 3 touch on the 36. So this is a decent support level. This is a very solid, decent support level that is bouncing off of. If you want to load up and you haven't, you got to consider support levels. Somebody said, Eric said, I got out of charge point and I lost $2, LOL, right? But look, you know what I'm talking about, family? When we see the change, and shout out to Eric. When you see a change in a trend, when we see the change, we get out. We get out and we run the other way. This is a market. This is a stock market. And you got to know what's going on with the seasons. You got to know what's going on with the seasons and how to get in, how to get out. It's as simple as that. And we that's how we do it, baby. That's how we do it. We roll. Yo, Eric, let me know if you in the Discord, baby. Let me know. Appreciate you. Somebody said, let's go. AMC could be the new Volkswagen. Capital gains tax rates on most assets held for less than a year, 10, 12, all the way through to 37. Right. Somebody said, is Keenan a rapper? Listen, I'm not a rapper, though. Let's get it. So somebody said that parabolic arc sounds like jet fuel to me. Oh, yeah. Yes, it does. It sounds like jet fuel to me, too, baby. Somebody said BP puts, is Nvidia a buy? Now, I got to talk about Apple because my guy asked me earlier about Apple. But also, is Nvidia a buy? Somebody said I can't play with my creation. Get a world. My little boy, little baby. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, my guy Eric, he said, yeah, Discord family is in the building. Black Winners in the building. Discord family, I see you. I see you. Who else? The whole family. Let's talk about it. Ed, he said, those who have ears, let them hear. Let's talk about it. Here we go. And in the Discord family, somebody said Keenan Grace Radio. Okay. All right, family, you are now tuned in to Keenan Radio. It is now 10:20 on the dot, 10:20 a.m. on the East Coast. So if you take a look at AMC Entertainment, you will now see that they're $37 and they are currently fighting to stay above the 37 line. Now, if you have 2 hands in the air, I need you to put them over there. And if you have 2 feet on the ground, I need you to stay nice and sound. All right, let's get it. And we're going to get off of Keenan Radio and we're going to keep going. Somebody says, do I have a Palantir prediction? Guess what? When you do put options, don't get an addiction. All right, so now we back. We back in the building, baby. We back in the building like we never left. We back in the building. All right, let's get it. Shout out to my guy, Randy. I see you, big dog. I see you. Okay, so now let's take a look. Somebody said, should we do any BP puts? Let's go look. Let's go and take a look. Somebody said, how do you feel about it? Let's get it. Let's get it. So BP puts, let's take a look. So now, if you see BP hit $23 and then turn around. This is again another indication of a double top, but you want to make sure that it's more of a long-term thing. BP puts, that would have been running. However, just know, family, they are really close. Really close. Basically, they're below. They actually dropped like a rock. Let's keep it real. They dropped like a rock. You in uncharted territory. Well, it's been charted maybe days and months ago. 14 is the last, no, not even 14. Let's take a look at this. $20 is the last real support line, and that was all the way in February. So this one, maybe the puts will run on this, but since it's green right now, give it some time. Take a look at that. Somebody say, you about to rhyme everything now? Hey, sometimes, Natasha, sometimes in Keenan Radio, you got to do what you do. Let's get it. You got to have fun on the market, baby. You got to have fun on the market. Somebody say you sound like Keith Sweat. Palantir puts, let's take a look. I was rhyming because somebody asked me, is you going to rhyme everything? I'll try. Somebody said, just started ASMR channel already. Let's get it. And let's take a look. So Palantir puts, right? Let me tell you something, family. Palantir, the owners of Palantir and everybody else, well, technically, if you're a shareholder, you're an owner of the stock. Just know that. But Palantir, I want you to know this. If this thing runs up again, listen, this thing is a put. When you buy puts on Palantir, you can almost put that in a bank. This thing has been printing people who've been buying puts on it. But you got to let it get up to like in the 20s, like the high 20s, and then ride the wave right back down. It happened so many times. Like 25, ride the wave. 17, 27, ride the wave. 21, ride the wave right down. You got to know how to make money on the way up and on the way down. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at Apple. AAPL, because my guy asked me about Apple, and I want to just double check with y'all on that. So somebody asked me, okay, Keenan, when do you load up on Apple? So Apple, and I put this on yesterday, this blue line, this line of support. I put this here yesterday. Just know, with a play like Apple, you don't have to think about supports and resistances or anything like that, because you shouldn't trade Apple really. You could trade Apple calls or trade Apple puts, but when you buy the stock, just buy the stock and just let it sit. Just buy the stock and let that thing just hold you down when the stock market is just down. Just hold Apple forever. Eventually, obviously, you want to sell it so you can make money on it, but just basically hold it for retirement or whatever you're going to do. Take a look. We put this support line the other day. It was basically at 40, 140, and it bounced off of it. Nice and clean bounce off of the 140. But this is a psychological line of resistance. Or support now. It was resistance, and now it's support. Resistance means when it bounces off, it comes down. Support means once it breaks above, it's probably going to bounce off of it. And it did that. It did exactly that. Somebody said, good morning. Cardano is basically 105 right now. And I just told you in yesterday's video, if you saw it, that Cardano might go to under $1. This is preferential when you want to pick it up. You want to let this thing go under 1, and you want to just buy it at 99. If it goes under 1, it's probably going to tank. So then let it go under there, and then boom. Cardano is a banger, and their smart contracts is coming out in October. But remember, with any kind of cryptocurrency, like I told you 100 times, if you've been rocking with me, you already know. Cryptocurrency, you got to be prepared, not surprised, for 80% swings. 80% swings. Not 30% swings, not 40% swings, 80% swings. Be ready for that. And shout out to AMC. AMC is currently fighting for dear life. Fighting for dear life to stay above this 37.9. Let's go, AMC. Let's go, AMC. The big dog, the beast, the juggernaut, AMC Entertainment. Let's get it. Somebody said 80% swings. That's right. That's right. 80% swings. If you can't handle an 80% swing, then don't get in crypto. Somebody said, hey, Keenan, just got here. Los Angeles is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. If you just rolling in, baby, let us know in the comments where you from. Let us know in the comments where you are from. Somebody said Matt Kohrs is giving you some love on his channel right now. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Matt. Much love to Matt. Appreciate him. Let's go check. Let me go to his live. I'm gonna go on my phone and go to Matt Kohrs live. Shout out to Matt Kohrs. Let's go on it. You know I'm getting the commercials whenever you go on YouTube. They gotta hit you with the million commercials. Oh, my boy Matt.
Audio.
He got on the
different programs on the same feed.
My boy Matt got on the what is that? The headband joint.
I was looking at.
Let's go.
I'm thinking about throwing in an order with it.
I'm gonna get in the chat. Let's get it. Let's go, Matt.
With Dino Nuggets. I love Dino Nuggets. Dino Nuggets for lunch.
Shout out to Matt Kohrs. All right, back to my own live. All right, so shout out to him. I gave him some love back. So Matt Kohrs is doing that. All right. One big family. Let's get it. Right, apes together strong, baby. Apes together strong. Listen, I'm holding for you. Illinois is in a building. We got Alabama's in a building. We got everybody in the building. Just know that. Daytona Beach. Listen, I never been to Daytona Beach. I never been there. Somebody said this thing is running. Let's get it. If you just getting in a building, we know you going to the promised land. You got to let us know where you from, baby. We got Springfield in a building. Let's go. Let's go. Buffalo, New York is in a building. New York area. Let's get it, baby. Somebody said boys in the Discord. Shout out to you, Lenny. I see you, baby. I see you. East Coast, Los Angeles, Singapore, the building. H-Town is in the house. H-Town is in the house. Somebody said this would be doing 2-minute ads. Charge you a penny to keep the 30-second ad. Listen, these YouTube ads, man. Somebody said Disney. Oh, yeah. Family. Somebody yesterday said, hey, Keenan, I was about to get out of the charge point put. Yeah. We got out of that. Let's see. Because remember, you got to be able to roll, but it's giving you another chance. Look at the market. Look at the market. If you missed it, it's looking like you're about to get a double test, a triple retest, basically at the support line right here. So hopefully it breaks under there. And again, I want you to know this: the charge point put could still run. It could still run, but it's a difference between basically having a good hand in a card game and knowing that the odds are in your favor versus a gamble. It's different. This is why people join the Discord. This is why people try to learn with us on the Discord, because we're not gambling over there. We making sound decisions, so then we win more than we lose. Notice you don't win everything, but you win more than you lose. Let's get it. Alex, I just jumped into the chat. Shout out to Matt again. Let's get it, baby. Rome, ChargePoint, Volkswagen, Chi-Town, Southside Jamaica. You are so smart. Let's go. Keenan, the best AMC live stream by far. I appreciate that. Just know that. You know what, family? Let's go over some of the facts. Let's go over the facts that break these short sellers' backs. Let's go over the facts. So, if you've been rocking with me for a long time, now I don't want to go on a rant, family, but they pressing the button. They poking the bear. And I want you to see something right here. So, take a look. I don't know why I'm rhyming right now. Maybe I'm getting a little bit used to Keenan Radio. This could be what's happening. Now, when Keenan Radio is on, guess what? It's time to pay attention. It's time to listen. It's time to buckle up, put your seatbelt on, and get ready to go to the promised land, baby. I'll see you there. This is Keenan Radio right here and live. Now, we're going to be back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are back in the building. We had Keenan Radio. All right, look, now, for real, they poking the bear. I want you to just know that. I want you to just know that they've been poking the bear, and I'm going to explain to you exactly. Let me just get to this before I lose it. My guy said this, San Jose is in the building. I appreciate you lots. Much love, Filipina Queen. I appreciate you for that. Now, here we go. Much love. Just know. Oh, it's mad love. Y'all always showing me love, and it's always a vibe. That's why y'all come back on here with me. Now, let's get it. I want y'all to see this because they poking the bear. They are poking the bear. Who is the bear? I'm the bear. In this case, I'm the bear. Now, here we go. If you've been rocking with me for a long time, you know that we've been looking at Stonko Tracker, right? And for many days, time and time again, I've been asking you, man, I wonder what's going on with these not reports. We even talked about the threshold security list, right? And make sure you're paying attention to this. We talked about the threshold security list and why on the dark pool, right? These are the off exchanges. Sometimes they report super high percentages, like all of the shares are being traded over on a dark pool. And they tell you 66%, 63%, 66%, 65%. And then some days they're not available. So then when we started looking into the threshold security list, right? And seeing if AMC was going to be on it, we wanted to see basically, were they going to respect that threshold security list? Were they going to respect it? And I'm telling you, they poked the bear and I'm coming out and I'm biting. So now let's talk about it. You about to get your whole head bitten off. Now let's talk about it. Here we go. They had the not available. They didn't report the dark pool percentage on the 12th. They didn't report it. And me sitting back making videos for you because I just don't have it in my heart to leave you uninformed. What happens? In this case, I said, you know what? I wonder if they respect the threshold security list because clearly they don't respect the reporting that has to be done for dark pool percentages. So then I noticed another day. The 8th, July 8th, they didn't report the dark pool percentages again. I'm thinking, okay, they respect the threshold security rules, but they're not respecting the dark pool reporting rules. What's going on with that? I noticed on the 30th, actually the 29th of June, they didn't report it. They didn't report the dark pool percentages. You're supposed to report it, right? Okay, look at this. On the 22nd, the 21st, they didn't report it. They didn't report it again. So I come on these videos every day and I'm basically asking you, man, like what's going on? Why are they not reporting these things? Now, what do I go and find out? I go and find out about Citadel Connect, Keenan Grace. I go and find out about it because I knew there had to be some way that they were getting around it. I knew there was some way they was getting around it, so then I go digging. And you know how it is when I do research. I come back with the receipts. I come back with all the receipts, all of them, every single one of them. So now that I got the receipts, I bring them out to the family. And I say, you know what? This Citadel Connect thing that Citadel is doing, they don't have to report to FINRA. Come on now. What are you talking about? That's crazy. And then it goes to explain the not availables. Why are these things not being reported? Because they're done off exchange, not necessarily on a dark pool. So then they don't have to legally report it because they don't have to report to FINRA. Citadel Connect. How are they poking the bear? Because let me tell you something. I got a lot of people who show me a lot of love. Right? Let's look me up on Twitter. Come on, internet. Let's look me up on Twitter. Here we go. All right, I'm right here. Let's look me up on Twitter. And I had to respond to somebody on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, look at the thing, the @ under the thing, right? I always got the receipts. Family always got the receipts. Now, take a look at this. They poking the bear, right? So, and you know I don't entertain the hate. I like to educate. So, take a look at this. Somebody said, Somebody was Dave London. I want to give you a major shout out, Dave, because what you're doing is this. You are standing up for what you know is true and what you know is right. Some haters in the comments, right? And on Twitter, they basically were saying, Keenan. No, Dave told them. He said, whoever you are, you don't do your research, mate. Keenan has broken all kind of news, and you expect the same interpretation from all of these other things. He basically talking to whoever these people are in the comments, right? And he said, why don't you go back to blah, blah, blah. So I had to hit up Dave, and I was like, I appreciate you, Dave, for basically sticking up for me, but I want you to know this. I want you to know this. And again, major love to Dave. I said, giving energy to a naysayer is like filling somebody else's car up with gas and expecting your tank to be full. Think about it. When you go back and argue back and forth with a naysayer, all you end up is drained. All you end up is drained, and they get nothing out of it. And now they feel like they got on their high horse because they got you out of your comfort zone. They got you out of their position. You know what it is? It's like when the clown is in the circus, and then they all in your face doing all of this and squeezing their nose, and they're trying to get a reaction out of you. That's exactly what's going on. So then, again, giving energy to a naysayer is like filling someone else's car with gas and expecting your car to have a full tank. And it's best to gas yourself, love yourself, show yourself self-love, baby. You are all that, and I want you to know that. I want you to know that you are all that, and the ones that you love are all that too. That's why they deserve that generational wealth. And I told you I got mad love for you. We're gonna forget all of these naysayers, all of these haters. We know what time it is. We already know what time it is. And when I told you before that they poking the beast, they poking the bear, listen, I come with receipts after receipts after receipts. So if anybody want to debate me on AMC, guess what? You are gonna get demolished. You might as well step in a bear trap. You might as well step in a bear trap yourself. That's what time it is, baby. That's what time it is. I'm coming with the facts, and I'm coming strong with them. I ain't coming kind of sideways with them. I know what I'm talking about. Imagine that somebody try to argue you, right? You done your research, and you so sure that you this sure. Somebody tells you, yo, 1 + 1, that's 11. When you put 2 ones together, that's 11. I got a 1 and I got a 1, bang, you put them together, that's 11. And you say, you know what, family, it's actually 2. And they're going to argue you back and forth. And now you arguing with somebody that think 1 + 1 is 11. What are you going to get out of this? Nothing. You're going to get nothing out of this but feel dumber. And you be more upset. So when you coming with the facts that 1 + 1 is 2 and they can't accept it, guess what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let them be. Don't argue with no naysayer. Let them do what they do. Let them go over there. We're going to let the clowns have the circus. That's why the circus exists, because they got to exist somewhere. All right. Now, that's really all. That's really that. And I appreciate y'all. I see somebody sent me another chat. Let's talk about it. I don't want to miss it. I appreciate y'all showing me love. Shout out to you. And my guy said this. He said, I'm from Kuwait, and I really like your content. Very useful. You, my friend, shout out. Major shout out to you, man. Shout out to Kuwait, too. Much love on that. Much love and much respect. Always. Always. You know, listen, you know we coming with the receipts. They got to stop playing with us. They got to stop. They got to stop. And Shay, always showing love. I appreciate you. Just know. Good morning. He said, thank you for your due diligence. Would you please be so kind to share your thoughts on Marathon Oil? I got you. Let me write that down for you. Let me write that down for you real quick. Marathon Oil. I got you. Appreciate you, Shay. Much love. Always showing love. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You're right. You can't help everybody. All you can do is try. All you can guarantee in this life is your effort. That's all you can do. We keep it real. We keep it raw. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. Now, let's check this out. So notice that they have not done any reporting. What day is today? Today's Tuesday. Okay. So we should expect some reporting on the dark pool percentages very soon. But again, when you start to see that there's not available anyone, there's no shares, or the dark pool percentage is not being shown or represented, remember, Citadel Connect does not have to report their volumes to FINRA, so this means that it's basically being routed through there, and we'll know that, all right? So now, let's go back to, and let's just double check before we get off of Stonko Tracker, and let's just check what's going on with the options. Let's see what's going on with the options today. So currently, in the money options, notice, family, notice that many people, there's not as many options running. There's not as many options running as there was before because people have kind of lost their... shout out to Matt again. Shout out to Matt again. Somebody say he's showing love again? Shout out to Matt. Much love, Matt. But notice on Stonko Tracker, there's basically, I want to call it, there's 29,743 call options expiring in the money. Dang, as of December 31st, I think this is wrong. Let me reload this. Okay, yeah. That was a mistake. So as of July 23rd, I don't know why that said December. As of July 23rd. So now we see this, even if it goes up to just basically $1.50 more, let's call it $2, only 8,000 more. But let's take a look at the options data. Look at the puts and the money. Look at the options in general. If you've been rocking with me for a long time and you've been seeing these numbers with me, we've been keeping close track on the options. And notice that with the options, there used to be way more. This used to be like 90,000 in the money calls, right? You got calls and then you got puts. The calls are mostly bets that the stock is going to go up. The puts are mostly bets that the stock are going to go down, right? So in the money calls, the calls that are expected to expire with worth, shout out to Orlando in the building. I see you. Shout out to y'all. Now, there's only 29,000, not even 30,000. Currently, there are more puts that are going to expire in the money. But all in all, basically they're down. There's not as much as there used to be of calls or puts. Take a look at this. The out of the money puts, if you add up the out of the money and the in the money, come on, this is just over 200,000. It's not that much at all. Same thing with the puts. Even the puts is down. It's down like crazy. When you want to see where are a lot of puts, there's a lot of puts, family, for September 17th. Look at this. September 17th. A lot of puts. A lot of puts. Am I on the wrong date? No, I'm on the right date. September 17th. 280,000 puts. 280,000 puts. And then you got 1,600 puts in the money. 280,000 out of the money. So we really gonna run them this day, for sure. Somebody said, Montana said, that's for the research and the blunt honesty. Much love and much respect. Somebody said, everyone hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. If you like the video, then like the video. If you don't, then don't. Now let's get it. We got 140 in the money or out of money call options and 171. Shout out to yo. September 17th is going to be a big day for us. And so is January 2021. Hopefully we get to squeeze before then, but nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows for sure. Just remember that. Just remember that. And I got to check out Marathon Oil. I ain't forget about you, Shay. I ain't forget. My guy, IBM, he said 142 put for the 30th. Seems fire. If so, be ready to average down, Mike. Be ready to average down. What do I mean by that? If you buy the same put option multiple times, like you buy it once, and then boom, you buy it again and buy it again, when the price comes down, then you have an average down on that. Somebody said check out SGBX. SBGX. SGBX. All right, wrote that down. SGBX. I got you, big dog. And then let's check out, Shay said this. When placing a call or a put with Nike, how far out should you place it for? So with the call, with a banger like Nike, with a call, with a banger, a straight up banger like Nike, like a long-term banger, what you got to do is say, all right, what am I in this for? What am I in this for? So if you're trying to like get a lot of money fast, you will buy an out of the money, right? So for example, if you're buying a call option and this thing is what, 158, anything higher than 158 for a call option, basically what will happen is that's called out of the money. So if, for example, 159, 160, that's out of the money. You buy a crazy out of the money one, and then you get in and get out like in the same hour. This is how you like quick make money. High risk, high reward. If you want to just make more money than buying a stock on a play like Nike, you just bet on it long term. You buy it deep in the money. So if it's let's call it 158. If it's 158 and you want to buy it, let's say you buy a 150 call, right? Which is in the money because it's lower than the current price. You buy it deep in the money. Let's go for like a 150 call or a 140 call. It's not going to make you as much as the out of the money call, but what it will do is basically make sure that you in a play that's probably going to be more than what you pay for it as time comes on. And then you will put this one like a year out. Just run it like that. That's how we gonna run it. That's how we gonna play it. Appreciate you for the super chat. Just know. And my guy, his name is Dad. Shout out to Dad. He said, shout out to Acura of Laurel Apes. All right, let's get it. He said Aola and Acura dealership in MD buying and holding AMC. Shout out to y'all, big dog. Let's get it. Let's get it. AMC Apes in the building. If you an AMC Ape, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Put an ape in the comment. I want to see how many apes are actually here in the chat. Somebody said keep showing them the truth so they can set themselves free. That's right. That's right. That's right. I love you too. I appreciate you for that, big dog. I appreciate you for that. If you an ape, let me know in the comments. I want to see an ape in the chat. I want to see how many apes is actually in the comments. How many apes are here right now? How many apes are in a building? And let's go back to my guy. He said, look at SGBX. Let's take a look at that real quick. But I want to see how many apes is in a building with us right now. What makes you an ape? What makes you an ape? A lot of people get it twisted, and they think that you need 5,000 shares, 100,000 shares, something crazy, right? What makes you an ape is by having one share. And to be honest, if you were to ask me, even if you have a fractional share, but you willing to diamond hand that, guess what? You an ape. You an ape. And my guy said, SGB, keep up the good work. So I'm checking it. Family. The support for this is about $3. So if you're looking to load up on this, let it come down to $3. But notice this thing has been dropping basically in its entire existence. So be careful with it. But if you can catch it at 3, then this is a good first strike, baby. But oh yeah, I'm seeing the apes in the chat. Let's get it. Diamond-handed apes in the chat. If you got one share, even if you got a fractional share, you an ape in the chat. Now, there are multiple kind of apes. Let's be clear. There are some historic apes, right? There are some prehistoric apes. The prehistoric apes, let me show you the prehistoric apes. Now, I want you to let me know who you are in the comments. Let's go to the day chart. We got some prehistoric apes. Let's go to AMC. I'm not even on the right one. Let's go to AMC. Let's go to the week chart. All right, this is AMC on the week. Every single one of these candles is a week. Let's go to the day. Maybe that'll be better. Here we go. We're on the day chart. Let me know what kind of ape you are. The prehistoric apes are the apes who were in AMC before this first mini little gamma squeeze right here. The gamma squeeze back in January. So if you got in AMC, let's call it before January 20th, you are officially a prehistoric ape. Let me know if you are a prehistoric ape. Now, if you a January ape, this means you got in back when it did that first initial squeeze, and you've been holding since then. You didn't exactly catch it, but you've been holding since then. This is like the January through, I want to call it February, this term. You could be a prehistoric ape. You can be a January, February ape. Let me know if you're a January ape. And then you could be just a straight up ape. These are the apes that got in basically from after this initial squeeze. So I want to say like February all the way to May. This makes you an ape. We got the prehistoric apes who got in before the first squeeze. We got the January apes who got in at the first squeeze or right after it. Then you got the apes who got in basically right here, just between February and May. So me, I'm an ape. I got in, I want to say on May 12th, somewhere around there, right? I got in like right over here. Yeah, like somewhere over here, like May 12th. So I'm an ape. Now, you got the new baby apes. The new baby apes are the ones who got in after the 72. If you got in after the 72, you are a new baby ape. And we lost a lot of new baby apes in the battle of 3110. We lost so many new baby apes in the battle of 3110. And then they ran back up. When it ran back up from 31 all the way to 39, this is where we got our zombie apes, because they died right here. But then they came back for the oven mitt check. And then they loaded back up. So they got it backwards. They got the game backwards. They selling low and buying high. Right? They selling low and then buying high. But you back in the game. Which makes you a zombie ape. You died in the battle of 3110, but then you jump back in high. So then you basically a zombie ape. You died and came back in, baby. But then guess what? Everybody from there, you an ape, but you just a different kind of ape, baby. You a different kind of ape. Somebody said they a zombie ape. It is what it is. If you back and you paper handed, you just had to pay the tuition. That's the cost of learning. Tuition is the cost you pay to learn. That's what I'm talking about. So now I see some zombies in the chat. Listen, you gotta keep it real with yourself. Keep it real, keep it raw. I want to give a shout out to Brian joining the family. Shout out to Brian. And everybody trying to get into the Discord. If you're trying to get into the Discord, you gotta wait for me to get off live or get in on your own. You could get on your own. So my guy Val, he said this: much love, much respect, Brian. Much love, much respect to Val. He said, "Hey, big dog. At this point, you might as well start a podcast. You've been running. I've been running it every single day. Thanks for the lessons. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Appreciate you for that. Just know it. I appreciate that." My guy Reggie said this: thoughts on CCIV merger? Let me write that down. That's a good thing that you brought that up. CCIV. That's a good thing you brought that up. So now that we got the history down, let's double check. Let's do a quick history lesson, family, on AMC. Now that we got it all. So, AMC, am I on AMC? I am. I'm on AMC, and here we go. Let's step it back. We got levels to this, baby. It's levels. So, if you got in before that January spike, you are a prehistoric ape, baby. You've been in the game. You've been in the game. Basically, all of us is your ancestors. All of us. You a prehistoric ape if you got in before January. If you got in at January, you basically a January ape. If you got in from February to May, you just a straight up ape. You a straight up ape. If you got in after the $70 spike, you are a new baby ape. If you got in after 70 on the way down, you are a new baby ape. If you got in and you got murdered in the battle of 3110, which just happened on the 15th, then guess what? And you got back in, you a zombie ape, baby. You a zombie ape coming back from the dead. Somebody said prehistoric ape in the building. I see you. I see you. And then I want you to know this. If you holding now, we all apes. We just different kind of apes. Somebody said they a renewed zombie ape. That's right. That's the cost of learning. It's the cost of learning. We got the new baby apes in the building. But you know what? Either way, all of us together, we got our own roles, right? But all of us together, we the AMC Avengers. We are the AMC Avengers, every single one of us. It's different kind of apes, but we all in this together, baby. It's different kind of apes. Somebody got to be Iron Man. Somebody got to be Thor. Somebody got to be the Black Widow. Somebody got to be all of these people. But we all together, even though we got our different roles, we the AMC Avengers, and we ready to take back what's ours. What are we trying to take back what's ours? Let's talk about it. What's ours? I'm gonna show you what's ours. I'm gonna show you exactly what's ours. Let me go find this picture, because you know me, I stay with the receipts and I stay with the screenshots. I got the receipts. I got all of them. Every single receipt possible. You know I'm coming with it. You already know what time it is. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. And I'm gonna send this to myself, airdrop it like I always do. Shout out to the new baby apes. We hoping that y'all stay strong, baby. We know it's hard out here. For some of these new baby apes. But here we go. Coming with the receipts. Why are we the AMC Avengers? Because we coming back for what's ours. Let's take it to the bottom. Let's take it to the ground. Let's get a definition. What does it mean to avenge? Avenge means, by definition, to inflict harm for an injury or wrong done on oneself or others. Now, we're not trying to inflict physical harm. We're not trying to endanger anybody physically. Let's not get sued here, but let's be absolutely clear on what we're talking about. We are the Avengers. Why? Because some physical harm is going to happen, actually financial harm, physically to their accounts is going to happen. Financial harm is going to happen to their accounts. Who? Remember, we thought that Citadel was worth $35 billion. But guess what, family? We was lied to, and we now know that this is only their long position. But notice that this isn't their whole long position. And I told you this. If you're rocking with me, you already know what time it is. Take a look at this. And you let me know in the comments. If this sounds illegal to you. We talked about this. But we were on a video in the comment talking about this. We didn't necessarily get to talk about this in person together. Now, back in February, right? February 23rd. Let me know in the comments. I want you to give me the honest truth. Let me know in the comments. Does this sound illegal to you? So there was a hearing, right? And it was 4 hours long, a 4-hour-long hearing. And then they said this: Congressman Jesus Garcia, a congressman at a hearing, he asked Citadel's hedge fund billionaire Ken Griffin how much money was managed by his hedge fund. Let me know if this sounds illegal to you. And he replied, we manage approximately $35 billion in assets. But we know that this is not the case. Because when you look at a form, the form is called the ADV form. You can really go check this form out. It's like 400 pages long, but it's the ADV form. As of May 6th, they have 244 million, actually billion, not million, $billion worth of assets that they are in control of. Now, lying to a congressman, we manage approximately $35 billion in assets. Lying to a congressman or Jesus Garcia, does that sound illegal to you? Does that sound illegal to you? It sounds illegal to me. I'm not saying that it is, but it sounds illegal to me. It's billion. It's billion. That's crazy. Let's go down here. Let's take a look. According to Form ADV, Griffin's Hedge Fund, Citadel Advisors LLC, when they filed this back in January 15th, their securities in exchange, they held basically 35 billion, but 235 billion was actually what was reported on an ADV form. Not 35 billion, not 35 billion. It was 235 billion. And then we updated, because remember, this is January 15th. When you check the updated ADV form, it's 244 billion, 244 billion. So then this, we coming to avenge it. We coming to avenge it. How did they get this money? How did they get this money? They got this money, all of this, from short selling. From short selling. On the way down. On the way down, family. Right? I'm seeing people saying it sounds illegal. Sounds illegal to me. I'm not saying it is, but it sounds illegal. It sounds illegal. Somebody said they lied to Congress. I wouldn't do that. Right. It sound crazy. Somebody said it sounds like perjury. That sounds crazy to me. Now imagine this. You can make a lot of money. If you had $32 billion in a long position and you can leverage this is their leveraged position. They have this much money leveraged. So technically, the amount of funds that clients and employees and Ken Griffin himself basically put into the company adds up to $32 billion. But they leveraged it. They leveraged it like crazy, and they got it to the point that it's 244 billion. So this is a leveraged position, family. What does this mean? This means that the AMC Avengers, aka me, you, all of us, we coming back. We coming back. We ain't really trying to inflict physical harm. We trying to inflict financial harm for the wrongdoing. Now we trying to get some get back. That's what it's called. Somebody said it's useless. It's a law that's useless if it's not being enforced. That's a fact, baby. That's a fact. That's a fact. But since we know that they got this much in a leverage position, and I did the math on that. If this is their total position, 244 billion, 269 million, $595,218 is their total position, and 32 billion, 548 million, 300,000 is their long position. Let's take a look at the math, baby. Let's take a look at the math. And here we go. The long position, 32 billion, and then the short position, aka everything they got on leverage over there, is basically 212 billion. Boom. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Which, when you do the math again, it brings you to about a 13% long position and about a 36% short position out on leverage. Out on leverage. Imagine your account. Think about whatever your account is right now. And imagine that most of it, 86.98% of it, was debt. Or stocks that you got out on loan, basically out on debt. Come on now. That's crazy. And shout out to my guy just sent me this. Oh, actually, it's not a guy. This is Latasha. Much respect. If I'm saying your name incorrectly, just forgive me, family. I appreciate you. Somebody said you kicked out the stop loss at 37.38, but you back in on August 9th. And she said, shaking my head in my paper hands. Good luck to all. Diamond hand, keen in the truth. I appreciate you for that. Much love and much respect. Just know, nobody can tell you how you supposed to handle this. You got to make sure you manage your own risk. And whatever works for you, make sure that you're doing that. And if that's how you don't overextend yourself, then you keep it going. Somebody said, Bender said, we gonna Hawk smash this corrupted system. That's right. That's why we the AMC Avengers. That's what's coming on. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said, runner up. I need that Tesla. Let's get it. Yep, we need some justice for the apes, baby. Justice for the apes. So let's check this out. Somebody said, look at Disney. Take a symbol, DIS. Look at Disney. I just told you in yesterday's video that Disney was a banger, and it's up from 72 to 75. This is one because it was sitting on that support line. If you see my video yesterday, I mentioned that. Somebody said Spartanburg, South Carolina, checking in. Shout out. Oh, I didn't. Did you hit me up on the Discord about that? You said you was gonna hit me up. I remember you from yesterday asking me that about that, big dog. I didn't. I didn't even look at it at all. I did not look at that at all. Hit me up, big dog. That's something I wanna know about. Appreciate you for that. Much love. Shout out to you for following up. You the truth, big dog. You definitely the truth for that. All right, now let's keep it going. Let's look. So we got AMC right here. And actually this is Disney. Let's go back. To, you can't see AMC yet. Let's pull it up. AMC. Again, we've been fighting with this line right here, this 36 line, the high 36. Right now, we're at 36.98. We've been fighting with it, but we trying to break through it, baby. Somebody said, is AMC rising because they're covering the shorts? For weeks, it's been going down. So, actually, to be honest with you, it's not that. Mostly, it's literally the apes. The apes, everybody, we just talked about what kind of ape you are. The apes have been holding, and the apes have been picking up. And some of the apes have been averaging down. Some of the apes have been averaging down. Somebody said, Havana Woody, shout out to you, big dog. Keenan gets me fired up. Let's get it. Somebody says better than a Pentecostal preacher. Let's go. And he said, you feel a good energy. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what it's about. So West Christian, and he'll be a new Avenger. Greeting from Hamburg, Germany. Let's go. Shout out to you. Let's get it. So again, West Christian. So again, I don't want anybody here to get too much. Don't put your too much faith in any one thing. There's so much going on. If there's one thing that I want you to put your faith in, is just know that the short percentage is high. Anything over 10% is astronomically high, family. Anything over 10% is astronomically high. And we have credit for being at 14, which is probably way more than that, because you already know if it looked like a duck, it quacked like a duck, it's probably a naked short sell. We already know what time it is with the naked short sell, family. Now, can you explain the taxes for how long you hold? Okay, so there's short-term gain, there's capital gains tax. There's short-term and there's long-term. If you hold over 1 year, somebody said you're a prehistoric ape, shout out to you. If you hold over 1 year, then your taxes is going to be significantly reduced on any, basically just run up on a stock that you get. If you hold for under a year, you're going to have to pay higher taxes on that. It's literally that simple. Somebody said, next dip, I'm thinking on some Disney calls for January 2023. That looks straight. That looks fine. Let's actually go to it. Disney, let's look at what they got. Let's look at the charts. Let's look at the options. So here we go, options. My people, this is the options on Webull, right? You could pick a date that you want to go to. So we're going to pick January 2023, like my guy just said in the comments. He said he's looking at the $200 Disney call option, right? So notice, this is $14. This is 14, let's call it $14.30 for this call option that is going to go to 200. Now, let's keep it simple. $14.30, but you got to pick up 100. This is going to cost you $1,430. $1,430. But now, let's see if it makes sense. Let's see if it makes sense, because you always got to check the options profit calculator of some sort. All right, so let's look at Disney, DIS. Currently it's saying it's 175. Let's just double check. It is 175. It's 175. All right, now, boom. Let's select the option. You pick a date. We're going to pick January 20th, 2023. Remember, we got to teach you how to fish so you can eat for a lifetime. Okay, so now you got the calls on one side. You got the puts on the other side. We're going to the calls. We're looking for 200. Actually, did I pass it? No, 200. They're saying it's 14.20, but we actually know it's 14.30. So let's update that. How many we buying? 1. So then it gives us our price of $14.30. Let's do a calculator and just check what's going to go on with that. All right, look at this. So all of these numbers here represent a percent change. Every single one of them, a percent change. So on August 7th, if Disney was 180, you would be up basically 10%. But what if by the end of the year, let's call it December 18th. Let's call it December 18th. If this thing was $200 by then, you would be up 48%. By the expiration, in order to have profit on this, you need Disney to be 207. 207. But guess what? The expiration is January, not 2021. Did I pick 2021? I picked the wrong one. Let me just go back. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, the expiration is January 2023. 2023. So you would need Disney not to hit 207 by 2022. A whole year after that, 2023. So you give it all kind of time to basically hit that number, to hit that 207. If it hit 207, you will be up by that time. And just so we clear, let's go to tip ranks right here and look at some. This is tip ranks, right? You can use this on your own. But here we go. Let's look at Disney. The price target on Disney for 1 year from now, aka basically July 2022, is 210. This is the low. This is the median, actually. The low is 163. The high is 230. So they're saying on average, they think that it's going to 210 in 1 year from now. But even 1 year from now, if it went to 110 or 210, you still have much more time, over half a year, just about, for it to go and stay above that 207. So that sounds solid. That sounds really solid. And then in the last 6 days, you got a few 5-star analysts. Somebody said it's going to 227. Somebody says it's going to 220, 215. 213, 200. So yeah, a lot of solid calls from top analysts on Disney. A lot of solid calls on them. Let's get it. You already know what time it is, baby. Let's get it. So somebody said, would you buy NVIDIA right now? No. I'm glad you brought that up. I got to look up NVIDIA and CCIV. So NVDA. Would I buy NVIDIA? No, I wouldn't. Not right now. Why? Because it's such a gamble. Because of the stock split, right? Like it's just done, right? I want to let this thing cool off. The stock split, I want to let it cool off. We in new territory now. Now there's a whole new row of investors that could afford this stock that couldn't before. It's a gamble. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. This company is a banger. This company is a banger, especially in a world where we're living with chip shortages and so on and so forth. This company is a banger. But I want you to keep in mind, we're in newfound territory. With this lower stock price and more people could load up on it. We're in newfound territory. I want to give a shout out to C-Rod. Shout out to you for joining the family, baby. Shout out to you for joining the family. You check some comments. Let's get it. Let's get it. AMC just went up. Let's go. Jay, shout out to the Discord family. Say you at work with the oven mitts under the welding gloves. Let's get it. Let's get it. CCIV merger is Thursday. You wondering where you should buy? Short it down. All right, let's check. Let's take a look now. So yeah, NVIDIA is a long-term banger. However, just make sure that you get an idea of what's going on with it. So with CCIV, personally, I think it's safe to buy or safer to buy under $20. Under $20. That's literally it. I think it's safest and safer to buy under $20. Other than that, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Why? Because of the huge dilution that they're trying to do. And on top of that, they have not delivered a car yet. And then they keep telling you that they are on track. However, they don't tell you what the track is. They keep shooting themselves in the foot every chance they get. Every chance they get. So how much is that Disney option that you just saw? Right now, it's $1,400. The one that my guy mentioned, that one's $1,400. Somebody said 2.5K watching the oven mitt check. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Somebody said, where did Ric Flair? He's in a building, baby. Woo! Let's get it. Somebody said, Keenan, look up BNGO. I got you. Somebody said, do you have a put option video? Take a look at this. We just talked about it a little bit. When you see a resistance line, you want to buy puts at resistance lines. It's literally the exact opposite of looking for support lines, right? So if we're on AMC and you want to see, okay, AMC is finding support at this red line, right? Technically, you want to load up on puts right under the resistance line. So you got it in right here on the put, and then boom, you'll be riding the wave down. But you got to make sure that you know right then, oh, it reversed. So you know to jump out of the play. You know to jump out before you in a put that breaks through a resistance. But you're looking for resistance, and then you load up on puts there. One indicator is this. This is just one. There's a million. It's called a double top, right? And we talked about this one earlier. The reason I'm bringing this up because I had this screenshot up already. The double top is where you have the resistance line, this red line, and look at this first peak, they're calling it. The stock price is going up. Bang, it hit the peak, it comes down. Okay, maybe that's a resistance line, a strong one. And it comes back up to that peak again. Now, some of you that know, shout out to Janine, shout out to you. So some of you know my boy Trey, and you know how you talking about like George W. and all this. This is the exact opposite of that. right? It's upside down. It's upside down W, like an M, like the letter M. And then you load up on the second peak and then ride the wave down. But you got to make sure that you know when to get out so you don't turn into a bull market on you and you in a put. Let's get it. Let's get it. Somebody said look up what? PLTR? Palantir, PLTR. Let's look them up. Here we go. So yeah, if you want to get a put on this, let it come up more. Let it come up more before you get in on any puts on this. That's all I got to say on that, baby. Somebody said keep it close to the money. Somebody said, let's get it. Much love from Germany. Shout out to Germany in the building. But you already know what time it is, family. Shout out to all of the apes. I want to welcome you to the family. If you're trying to get into the Discord, I'll let you in. But I got to let you know this, family. We out of here. So this is not financial advice. I just hope a bunch of other myths, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. So don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, you not going to buy the dip. Let me not do it. Let me not do it. Let's go to Keenan Radio before we get up out of here. Now, we on Keenan Radio, baby, and let's take a quick look on Keenan Radio and look at BNGO. Now, currently, BNGO is above a recent support, so now it's going to be sitting on the resistance line, which is now a support line, baby. So if you want to get in on this, just know it's better to get in on the fives than to be left outside. All right, so now that's Keenan Radio, but if you can't handle the heat of these hot stocks, then I want you to stay out